Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. My sweet Capricorns. For those of you that understand the nickname and where that came from. Others of you, I'm just here to say, hey, how you doing? Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. It's general. It may or may not resonate. If it does and you're drawn to it, there is an extended at the end. The link to that will be at the top of the description. It's just the crocodile has been talking to me today. So we're going to be using the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle and Tarot deck. We're going to look at your current and future energies. The crocodile kind of developed a new meaning for me today when I was pre-shuffling for Sagittarius. It was just pre-shuffling, really, getting ready to start doing the readings. And I just thought the crocodile is representing patience to me right now. It's funny it would be there because I pre-shuffled before I came into this reading. Crocodile rock. Maybe. Okay, Capricorn. Current and future energies for Capricorn. Are you comfy, Lily? You go, girl. My little dog, Lily. I moved her bed over there. Yeah, she's coming up here now to do the readings with me again. I think because it's the third floor in here, so it gets warm even with the air conditioning on. But I think it's better now. So she's up here with mommy again. She's a good girl. All right, Capricorn, we're going to look at your current and future energies. She's such a good girl. It's a comfort just to know that she's near. Current energy for Capricorn. The black egg, a deep truth, a deep, deep truth within you. Something is percolating within Capricorn. Something to be understood in the future. Wow, you have the whale. Oh, I haven't had the whale in a long time. Now, I kind of like it in conjunction with the, whoa, I like it in conjunction with the god at the bottom too. There's light at the end of the tunnel, I'm hearing. I'm hearing that in all your cards. There's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, currently you have the black egg, right? It's kind of like coming out of some sort of darkness. So coming out of some sort of hidden factor here. It could be feelings of your own that you've been hiding, and maybe you haven't even been looking at them or recognizing them, or you haven't wanted to. It's just coming to some sort of realization based on your feelings and your emotions. Now, what I like about this is that in the future, it's almost like the right order. If you're going to have a good card to follow the black egg, this is really it. Because the whale to me represents, it's a mammal that lives in the ocean. So, but it's adapted for the ocean. Every aspect except one, breathing, which is like, what's pretty important. It's kind of like what grounds you here to earth. I mean, you're not really truly alive until you had your first breath of air, and then you're not dead until you've had your last breath of air. So it is your breath, your sacred breath, as it's often described. Now, the whale to me, because I can see like it's dark down here, so it's been down in the deep dark depths of the ocean, and ocean water represents emotion and feeling. And it's some kind of, it can be an emotion. It feels like an emotional truth. This feels like an emotional truth for you. Coming up to the surface with it, which is perfect. If you're here right now, it's incubating and you're about to come to the surface with it. And then your underline is you have the nightingale. It's the bird that sings just before the dawn, before there's even twilight. It's still dark out. I'm like, why is that bird singing? What's going on with that bird? Still dark. Because it knows that the light is at the end of the tunnel. And then here it's really curious because the deer lately, well, not lately, but a lot. Well, I feel like it's always looking through something. Like it's looking through a broken pane of glass. It's looking through a camera. It's looking through some sort of portal. But look at what it sees is the firefly. And this is the spark. Here it starts. The light taking away the darkness. But it's new. It's kind of fresh. It's just beginning to do it. It's just learning how to do it. It's bringing its frequency up. It's still, if you think about the firefly, like if you see them at night, there it is, it's gone. It's over here, and then it's gone. So it's fleeting. It's kind of fleeting, but it's building up to something. I like to think that it's building up to the hummingbird energy, which is so high vibrational. It keeps the darkness away all the time. Ah, this is interesting. Let's go to the tarot. Let's go to the tarot. I'm hearing you are getting to your destination in a roundabout way. You're getting to your destination in a roundabout way. Fleeting moments of success. Now that's interesting, because in Sagittarius, there was part of that reading was coming in there was focusing on your small wins. And that's what fleeting moments of success. Maybe that's part of the idea for the collective to start shifting their energy into something more positive, maybe? Fleeting moments of success, focusing on your small wins. Okay, currently, actually, both these are going to come out at the same time. Well, it's good energy to be in for the Black Egg, the Hermit. And the High Priestess, wow. Oh, the Five of Cups. What you getting there? Okay, the Whale, in the future. Whoa, you have the Tower. This is almost like coming up. You know when you see a big great blue whale like surface or that spout comes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm really not COVID friendly with all this metal in my mouth. Okay, the spout of water coming up. The Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, the Father of Cups. There's a lot of emotion here. What is this Tower? It feels like the Tower is to correct a situation. Only thing at the bottom. Father of Cups, King of Cups. Let's look at here first. Let's look at this. This is interesting. This is a major thing for you. You've got two major arcana here, and the Black Egg is pretty major because it's a spiritual realm. The Hermit and the High Priestess and the Five of Cups. There's that old horse that's been standing in the barn for a dog's age and waiting to finally go out. It's just that hope of light. I kind of feel like you're not feeling the light with this Five of Cups. Because this Five of Cups card, my story with this card is it's an old horse, been in the barn a long time. And people just don't come by anymore to ride it or take it out. And I see one of those, like, you know, those, what are those doors called? A double door. You see them in barns a lot. The top end moves up and freely of the bottom, or they can latch together and move as a door. It's like the top opens up once more and you can see the light. You can see the life out there. You can see the field. You can see the other horses. Why do they think I'm too old to play this game? I want to go out. And it's just that feel like it just looks like that. Like a sad horse who's been denied something that gives them happiness and joy. The Hermit and the High Priestess, like this is very isolated. Perhaps your feelings are very isolated. Perhaps you are very isolated. Boy, you are really talking to the universe. You and the universe are having a grand old conversation here about your disappointments, your emotional disappointments. You know, it's not totally on there, but there's a lot of echoing here in what I just talked about in the Sagittarius reading. If you're drawn to it, go and check it out. Because this is, and I think I even talked about a Black Egg. They had a golden egg. And you've got the Black Egg. I really feel like you are disappointed here on a real emotional level. And it's almost like I don't want to say what it's almost like. I want to clarify that before I get there. So, but what I'm feeling from these cards is a bit of why me, or why this? Or why is this not happening? Or why can this not happen? This is with the Hermit and the High Priestess. Just really, this is a really deep sense of self-reflection, like asking some pretty big questions. But you're not just asking them of yourself, I don't feel like. I feel like you're asking the universe this. And I don't know if you're not liking the answers that you're hearing, or you're expressing this disappointment. Maybe you keep hearing that the light's at the end of the tunnel. Maybe it kind of seems like it is, like this horse in the barn in the stall. And you see down the aisle of the barn. There's that door. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to go out. It does have that sense. Maybe you've been getting that a lot in readings. Like the light's at the end of the tunnel. It's almost there. You're so close. I know. I know. As readers, we're just the messengers. And then we have the Whale, the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. This is almost like, to me, you figure something out, and it's like, I know exactly what I have to do. I have to isolate myself, which is like with the Five of Pentacles. I really want to clarify, and that's why I think clarification is so important, because this could just be telling us how you're about to transform energy too. I'm hopeful for that as a human being who happens to be a tarot reader, because, yeah, I feel like you're asking the deep questions here, not just of yourself, but you're asking the universe to be a little bit accountable here. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I periodically yell at the universe. I get mad at the universe, and I think you should. I think you have every right to. Just tell me, because I don't think it's an equal give and take relationship between you and God or the universe if they can only talk to them when you're happy. You know, I'm thankful. Thank you. I'm so glad. You tell me you're effing pissed. You can tell them when you're effing pissed. I think that's fair, and I think that's expecting to be met. I get a little bit of that here with the Hermit and the High Priestess. I think it's true. It's just like, that's the rules, kid. Sorry. Let's clarify, shall we? I'm going to clarify this right now. No, okay, I'm not. I have to follow the rules. I'm being told I have to follow Spirit's rules. So we're going over here. We're going to do this. They're still in charge, aren't they? So yeah. Okay. The Tower and the Strength card. But the Strength card's upside down. It's like, oh, for the love of God. You know what? I'm trying to think of what do you do in the world when the universe is just like not treating you right, man. Not treating you right. I don't know. You don't want to overindulge. Let's just see. The Black Egg. You certainly have a lot to talk about with it, don't you? The Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Cups. Oh, there's a deep truth. I'm like, are we getting to some sort of truth here? It's like opening up communication, and it goes right into your head. You want to end it. Your deep truth is you want to end this. There we go. Your deep truth is you want to end things that make you feel small, things that seem to start off good, but then they just get right into your head, and you can't figure out how you're going to move beyond it, how you're going to make it grow into something bigger and better. How do you shift it? You want to shift it. You want things to be expressive and things to be beautiful and flowing. On the emotional realm, see, because I see the emotional realm is disappointing. It's not working out. It's not working out. That's the deep truth here. Is it something that you are expressing to yourself, the universe, or both? But you're kind of hidden here. I don't want to say that. With the Hermit and the High Priestess, you're in your shell. Does it not feel safe to do this? Is there more that you really truly need to learn about yourself at this point? If you feel like you've got the answers through the Hermit, but now you're kind of in the High Priestess, like, tell me, universe, I'm expecting good answers here. I don't know. The Hermit. The hell? You're watching from a distance. You're watching for a direct sign. You're watching. Look at this. Swords, swords, swords. No wonder you have the Nine of Swords here. You have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Swords. It's kind of like waiting for some sort of confirmation on an intellectual level here. Something to confirm for your mind. I mean, we got the Hermit too with its Mercury energy, and it's Virgo. It's very clinical. So, looking, waiting to be shown the direction to really, when do I have permission to go? When can I go? When is there movement? Do I cut this out? Do I go forward? I'm getting a headache actually in this energy. It feels, okay, the High Priestess. Oh, look at the cups. The cups, the cups. Big cups. Knight of Cups. King of Cups. Queen of Cups is the black egg. There's a lot of hidden emotion here. Are you also hiding the fact that you're so truly disappointed that this is not working out as you would like it to? Do you feel a real sense of emotional disappointment here? I kind of feel this. I feel it like in my heart chakra. The Five of Cups. I think you found a solution. Let's see what goes on over here. So, oh, I like this. I like this. That's what the Tower is, maybe. You have the World into the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Do you know what I see here? I see a horse. I see an old horse. Been standing in that barn for dog's age. Yeah, the light's at the end of the tunnel. I know. Every morning you come in, you open that door, you give me my chow, you give me my crunch, or I don't know what the horses eat now. Hay and usually some kind of sweet feed or something. You don't let me out of the barn. You don't let me out of the barn. You've really wrecked me emotionally here. I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to kick the fucking door down. That's what that feels like. Like, that's the end of that. I'm not being emotional about this anymore. I'm turning my ass to my stall and I'm going to kick it open with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Like, that's what that feels like. Screw my emotions. I'm going in. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to see if I can jump over my stall door and get out. There's a Tower, like, because going into the future, it's just a dramatic change somehow. But this is where I get worried with the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Maybe the dramatic change is it's not about in your head anymore, and it's not about how things are happening emotionally, because they're kind of disappointing. I'm going to make a dramatic change here. I'm going to kick the goddamn door down. I like that. That's a good horsey. Good horsey. Okay, so now see, there's a reason I had to do that first. Come over here. So let's look at the Whale. The Whale is coming up to the surface so you can breathe again. Just wow. Even that just feels like something. You know, when the heart chakra is really blocked like that, I want to breathe again. The Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Hierophant. Ooh, see, right? Like down in the depths, could be defensive. It may have felt like you couldn't, like you have to defend what you want here. Yeah, you have to defend what you want with the Two of Wands and the Hierophant. This is a little bit like that asking the universe here. You know what? Come on. Come on now. Let's work together here, because it feels like I'm the only one doing the work. Ooh, I felt bad saying that. I don't think it didn't feel good. Felt like a real low vibrational. But you can feel it. It's definitely coming up and kind of defending what it is that you really want. You want something big. You want something big here. And you don't want to just put a dent in the door. You want to like break down that stall door, and you want to run out the barn, and you want to run out into the field, and you just want to feel that sun. You want to feel that sun. You want to feel the wind blowing through your mane. It just, I want to feel alive. That's what I get with this Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. I'm going to feel alive here. And I'll be goddamn if you're going to put me down with this again. So look at the Tower. The Tower. Oh, yeah, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time. Okay, before I say, I want to clarify all of this. The Seven of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is like... This is like a dramatic entrance on some level here. And I think the dramatic entrance is just being seen, to be honest, because you're the Hermit with the High Priestess and the Black Egg. You could not be more unseen or more hidden than that, I don't think. That's almost like the dramatic shift here is being seen. Here you are. Whoa! And it's dramatic, but it's the truth. It's like, here I am. Let's have a good time. All right. I got out of the barn. I can see the light. This is my truth. And it's sort of like a reconciling energy. So maybe friends that you haven't seen for a while. I feel like this might be actually seeing the own blocks that you had in front of yourself. So now this is where it gets kind of cute. This is like it's dramatic. It's like, here you are. You've broken out of that old stale barn and you're out into something. You know what you're doing? You decided to roll in the grass. That's it. I'm just gonna roll in the grass and I'm gonna feel the sun and I'm gonna feel how good that grass feels. It's so soft and lush and cool. Because the Seven of Pentacles here is, okay, I feel like breaking through the conflict, but it's gentle and it's simple with the Page of Cups. It's just gentle and it's simple. It's not like you wanted to bust out of the barn and breed with all the mares or kick down all the fences. I just want to go out and feel the sun and eat some sweet grass, fresh grass. Grass is still growing in the earth. Like it's just like, that's what I get with the Page of Cups. It's like, you know what my conflict is here? I just want peace and happiness. Okay, and then you have the Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords and Temperance. Like, yeah, I'm not going in the barn again. No. I'm not going in the barn again. That's an end. But we're going to take it slow. I'm just going to walk around, you know, slowly around the fence line, get to know everything really well again. I think it's a really interesting energy. I'm not getting specific unless you are living in a barn. I hope not. Well, you know, it's a nice place to live. Jesus was born in a barn. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a sense of humble energy. That's what's nice about it. It's a sense of humble energy, but it's a sense of, I'm going to find a way around something that I've had difficulty navigating. And I think the difficulty that you've had navigating here is your emotions and moving them forward. Maybe the minute you feel like you can move them forward, they feel kind of blocked and no, can't do that. Maybe it's a situation or a circumstance or it's just how you're feeling that day. I don't know, but you're kind of bringing an end to that. And you're saying, you know what? I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to have fun with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. I'm going to see where it takes me. I'm going to see what inspires me today. But the funny thing is here is it could almost say that it reconciles your emotions, if anything. That's the eureka. That's that's the block. It's like trying to solve. Oh, you know what reminds me of? What is that? Is that called? Is it a Chinese finger puzzle or a Japanese finger puzzle? It's this paper kind of wrapped around your two fingers, and the more you pull, the more trapped you are, the tighter it gets, and you can't get out of it. You actually have to bring your fingers together and just slip one off. It's like that. It's like the obvious answer isn't the answer. you know, having hope, or maybe being friendly with the person who comes up to the barn door and, no, they don't let me out. This is taking your inspiration and driving it forward. Ways to find inspiration. And then I feel like you take it kind of slow. I just start with the Page of Cups here. Yeah. If you see some kind of conflict, almost not getting involved in the conflict. That's interesting. Because this is part of the new assessment moving forward. Your new evaluation as you go is, if you see the conflict, making a choice not to get involved in the conflict. I'm just going to tip my hat and keep going with the Page of Cups. Five of Pentacles, I won't be going back in the barn. Thank you very much. With the Ten of Swords and Temperance. It's time to get, and you want to take time too, because this is something I learned when I worked on the dairy farm. They got a bull. A new bull came in. He obviously had a job to do, it was obvious. But he was a young bull. I don't remember how old he was. But he pretty much grew up in a barn. And so he was shipped to the farmer. You don't realize how big a bull is. So holy crap, they're big. He was shipped to the farmer, and he spent, I think that afternoon he came in, so he went into the barn with the cows. And he stayed in the barn overnight. You know, just, I guess, to make sure he was fed and he had lots of water and all that, because he'd had some sort of travel. So the cows would go out all night. I remember this in the dairy farm. We had to get up at like, I don't know, I think it was like 3:30 or 4 a.m. It was really early. And the cows would be waiting to come in to get milked. So they came in, and the bull was still in the barn. And then that's when we let him out. When they were finished milking, and they went out for the day, and they would come back in around, I don't remember if we milked them after dinner or before dinner. Anyway, so he went out. Do you know, he came back. He was beating the shit beat up out of him. Oh my God. Because there was a couple of alpha cows that I guess were being the bull of the herd while there wasn't a bull. And so he got the crap beat out of him. And he was limping. And he was limping because the farmer said, well, because he's been in a barn so long. So I think the following day we kept him in the barn again. That's kind of, I don't think you're going back to the barn, but I think you're going to stay in the paddock a little bit. You're going to stay in the paddock a little bit. Because going from this energy, like being really held back and really hidden and really withdrawn and really protective, being raised in the barn and then going out into the field for the first day, eventually he like established his dominance over the herd. I mean, he was a big ass bull. But I guess he had to prove himself to the cows too. Like, all right, you're not such a wuss. He came with a bloody nose and a cut up of his eye and limping. And the limping was because of being in the barn so much and then going out in the field. That's what I'm getting with the Temperance card here, is you're not going back in the barns. You can probably stay in the paddock or stay in the paddock, or maybe like a lean-to. What is that space? It's not being out in the field, but it's being like kind of more confined and just getting like kind of your footing again and adapting to this, being in the world and of the world. It's like dipping your toe in, Capricorn. Really interesting. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, look, the Ace of Cups, the Emperor. And then it's reversed. The Ace of Cups and the Emperor. And then it's reversed. So it is there is like owning that. You're going to go out into the field and really run. You might do it once, and then you're going to be kind of sore. Or you're just going to feel like I need to take it slow, right? The bull needs to take it slow. His joints and tendons and muscles and everything had to adjust to walking on uneven ground, the grass, and doing that all day, as opposed to staying in a barn. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. There you go. Gonna go do the extended. See what we get out of that. Thank you so much, Capricorn. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.